Welcome to the last Child of the Week assembly for this half term. And we start as usual with our liturgy. In the beginning, when God created all things, he said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Let your light shine. God is light, and in him there is no darkness. Let your light shine. Jesus said, "I am the light of the world. Let your light shine." Well, my assembly this week is entitled Be My Valentine. I wonder why I'm focusing on Valentine's Day at this time of the year. Who knows when Valentine's Day is? Maybe just pause the video and share that with your teacher or tell an adult at home. Certainly this week there's going to be a lot of people who are preparing for Valentine's Day, maybe buying a card or getting some chocolates up at the supermarket, or maybe even buying or making biscuits. There's lots of different things that people have done over the years to celebrate Valentine's Day. And I've still got to get a card for my husband, so I need to get moving on that one. Valentine's Day is on the 14th of February, which is next Sunday. But I wonder whether you know what the story is behind Valentine's Day, because there was a Saint Valentine. St. Valentine of Rome, who's pictured here, lived 1800 years ago, so about 200, 300 AD, we call it, after Christ. And he lived at the time of Emperor Claudius. Now, Emperor Claudius was really quite an evil emperor in the Roman days, and not a nice person. And he had his army. He was very concerned that men might not want to join the army if they got married, and therefore he banned marriages and hoped therefore that the men would join. But Valentine, as he was known, he was a priest, and he married couples in secret, and he was found out and was jailed. Well, tradition has it that while he was in prison, he got to know the blind daughter of the jailer, someone called Julia. And he prayed for Julia, and she was healed. She could see again. And because of that, the jailer freed him. Now, Emperor Claudius had commanded him to stop marrying couples in secret, and he also wanted him to stop sharing the Christian message of love. But Valentine refused to do either of those things. And so, because he refused, he was finally executed. He was killed by Emperor Claudius on the 14th of February, 269 AD. And again, tradition, legend has it that he left a note for Julia, the daughter of the jailer, and he signed it, "Your Valentine." So that's possibly the history behind Valentine's Day. So I wonder what you would describe love as. It's clearly something that Valentine was concerned about, both in helping couples to get married, but also in spreading the message of love, which he believed that Jesus had given his followers. Love is used to describe so many different feelings and in so many different ways. So I've listed some of them. A husband and wife, or boyfriend and girlfriend, might say that they love each other. You can love your family, your mum, your dad, brother, sister. You can love your pets. And you can love a place that you go to on holiday. Maybe you're looking forward to lockdown finishing, and maybe in the summer being able to go back to a place that you love to visit. You might say that you love reading or playing football. So love means many different things, depending on how we use the word. And there's a very famous passage in the Bible, in 1 Corinthians 13, that many people choose to have read when they get married, because it's a passage about love. And people usually have a traditional version of this, but I've found one that's maybe more friendly for those of us who are a little younger, for school age children. So I've put this on the next slide, and I'll read it to you. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous. It does not brag, and it's not proud. Love is not rude. It's not selfish, and it cannot be made angry easily. Love does not remember wrongs done against it. Love is never happy when others do wrong, but is always happy with the truth. Love never gives up on people. It never stops trusting. It never loses hope, and it never quits. Now, I wonder what it would be like if you were to put your name in the place where it says love or it. Just have a think about that, and then I'll read it through to you. And I'll read it with my name. You could think about it with your name and see how you measure up to this kind of love. Does it ring true? Mrs. Colmer is patient and kind. Mrs. Colmer is not jealous. She doesn't brag, and she is not proud. Mrs. Colmer is not rude. She's not selfish, and she cannot be made angry easily. Mrs. Colmer does not remember wrongs done against her. Mrs. Colmer is never happy when others do wrong, but she's always happy with the truth. Mrs. Colmer never gives up on people. She never stops trusting. She never loses hope, and she never quits. It's quite a tall order, isn't it, when you measure yourself up against this kind of love? I wonder how you feel you do, and if there's any area of that love that you think, oh, I'm not so good at that. We can all do better. But I want us to think who we can show this love to at this time. Is there somebody that maybe in the next week or over the next few days, certainly, that we could show that love to? Maybe somebody at home, mum or dad, brother or sister. And how could we show it? Let's just stop for a minute and think a little bit about what we might do and who we could show it to. The story of St. Valentine shows us that no matter how bad some people are, like Emperor Claudius, there are those individuals throughout time, throughout history, who have demonstrated great courage and great love to communities in which they live and to individuals with whom they meet. I hope that this week you will demonstrate great love to those around you. Let's just bow our heads and I'll lead us in a prayer. Dear God, we're thankful for stories that help us to reflect on positive and important human qualities. And at this time of year, as we approach Valentine's Day, and we think about love. Help us to show our love, care, and concern for friends, families, and community in which we live. Amen. Let's say together the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. And so we're going to move now into our Child of the Week celebration. And in year one, I'm delighted that Ellen has been chosen as Child of the Week for Miss Berman. And Miss Marsden has chosen Ollie. In year two, Miss Franklin has chosen Chester, and Mrs. Thomas and Mrs. Walker have chosen Jack. Moving into year three, Miss Jakes and Miss Poole have chosen Zane, and Bobby is Child of the Week for Miss Crofts. In year four, Miss Lefebvre has chosen Ben, and Mr. Wright has chosen Leo. In year five, Mrs. O'Donnell says well done to Alex, and Mr. Boyer has chosen Darcy as his Child of the Week. And finally, in year six, a big well done to Joe from Mrs. Epps and Miss Greenhill. And Child of the Week for Mr. Niall is Thomas. A big well done to all of those children who have been shining their light and sharing love as well to their friends. And so we come to the very end of our assembly. We say together, go in the light and peace of Jesus. In the name of Christ. Amen. I hope you all have a really good last week of this half term, and then have a really good break, a good holiday over half term. Keep safe and show that love to those around you. Thank you, and have a lovely time.